welcome to the Abundology podcast. My name is Renee Spears, and I'm an abundance channeler and business mentor, and I help people be happy and have more money, love, time, and joy in their lives. I'm coming to you from downtown Portland, Oregon, and this is the weekly energy update for the week of August 2nd, 2020. How did this happen? Every Sunday, I talk about how the energy is going to be for the week ahead, and I also infuse the show with some positive vibes, so you get a little positive energy boost just for listening. And we have a full moon this week. We have a full moon on Monday, August 3rd, and it's at 9 o'clock in the morning on the West Coast Pacific time. And the moon will appear full then on both Sunday nights and Monday nights, so it's kind of like we get a 2-night full moon. And this is the Sturgeon Moon because of the giant sturgeon fish that are caught during this part of the summer. It's also known as the full green corn moon. That's kind of boring. The blueberry moon. And then my favorite, the moon when all things ripen. I like that. This is the full moon when all things ripen. So this full moon takes place in Aquarius, and Aquarius energy is focused on the collective. So it's all about our roles with our friends, with our social groups, and our community. Aquarius is the humanitarian sign of the zodiac, and when it's fully lit up with a full moon like this, we think about the well-being of our community and not just ourselves, which makes perfect sense right now with millions of our citizens are struggling with losing unemployment and the eviction moratoriums being lifted and power being turned off to millions of people. So we start to realize during this time when one person in our society suffers, we all suffer. So this week is going to feel like a wake-up call that we need to realize that we're all in this together and we need to start taking care of our people. Nobody should be slipping through the cracks. So now is the time to fully commit to what you believe in as in how you want your society to be, and get out there and protest and work for what you believe in. So this is a big, wild full moon. And part of the reason it's so wild is because it's square Uranus. And Uranus is the planet of revolution and unexpected change. And these changes can be emotionally upsetting sometimes, especially if they're unexpected and they're quick. And we can kind of best deal with this energy with patience. Patience, a positive attitude, being open-minded. And this is also a really good time to remind you that everything always works out for the highest good. Now, sometimes it's hard to remember that or even believe that when you're in the middle of it and something is happening. And it may take some time before we actually see the good that comes out of a change in a situation. But remember this week that when we're experiencing these abrupt changes and these unexpected things, that they are always for our highest good. And this is going to be one of the most powerful full moons of the year. And we especially are going to see it play out in the United States as unexpected and explosive events. This full moon is big in Trump's chart. So we see more things coming to light for him around his health, around sex, around money, around bullying. So it's a pretty intense full moon. But there are ways, of course, that's why you tune in here, is to find the positive ways and how to best deal with this energy. So there are ways to use this full moon for good. And this is a really powerful time for manifesting your goals by harnessing this energy. So the way you do this is first to take a break. This is the week where you want to turn off your phone and your computer, step away from the chaos, and just be. So we want to schedule in some being time this week. We need time to relax, to unwind, to take a breather, to allow our mind to escape what's going on out there in our bigger world. So reading a really great book, getting lost in a great book, or a travel show. There's that Zac Efron travel show right now that's on Netflix I'm going to watch this week because it's the perfect time this week to escape. So if you find yourself getting caught up in this crazy energy this week, just unplug and relax. So once you have unplugged and relaxed and quieted your mind a little bit, and you want to manifest something this week, you need to identify what you really, really want. So is there a dream or a goal that you've always wanted to reach? Is there a relationship that you want to improve? Is there a skill that you want to learn? Right now is the opportunity for you to manifest and harvest all of this intense energy so that you bring these things into your life. So once you have unplugged, you quieted your mind, you've identified what you want, then you want to write it down. Take a pen and a piece of paper and write it down. The act of taking it from your mind and putting it into the physical universe is magical. So any time that you're manifesting and you're thinking about it in your head, the next steps to bringing it to fruition are to say it out loud, to write it down, to tell people about it, because then you're bringing that energy from just your brain and your mind out into the physical world. So, okay, you identified the things, you've written it down on a piece of paper. Then the next thing we want to do this week is to ask ourselves, what is one thing I can do right now to make this dream a reality? Just one thing. So once you have an answer, you just commit to doing it in the next 2 or 3 days. And then after that, we're going to add some additional steps to follow throughout this month. So this full moon energy can be felt 2 to 3 days before the moon is full, and then 2 to 3 days after it's full. So use these steps to take advantage of this moon and to clear your mind, to quiet your emotions, and to focus on your long-term goals. And to take that step, commit to doing one thing this week that brings the thing that you want to manifest closer to you. Okay, so remember, things might get a little intense this week. This week has the potential to be quite emotional. So when that happens, remember to take a break. And it's always really good when you're feeling intense energy in your body to move, to work out, to go for a walk or a run or have a strenuous workout. And if it's at a time and a place where you really can't do that, even power cleaning your house and just moving with the vacuum and the mop and the dusting, that is one way to really get that energy out. We want to make sure that the energy doesn't stay stuck in your body. So move your body, take a break, unplug from social media, and this might actually be the week, if you're considering leaving social media or limiting your time on there, might be the week where you actually do that. And because this is such strong energy, we want to focus it on manifesting what you want. So if you feel this week really charged or upset or shocked or uneasy, all of those feelings that aren't balanced in your body, where you're not grounded, we want to channel that energy into moving forward toward what we want. So we're going to take this unpleasant energy and use it in a much more powerful way. Okay, so one additional thing I just want to bring up before we're done this week is complaining. This could be the week, because of unexpected changes and things happening that you really don't want, but they happen anyway, that you may find yourself complaining. I just want you to be aware that this is a possibility. So if you find yourself in that complaining, swirling energy, give yourself a complaining time frame. So just say, I'm going to complain for 20 minutes, full on out, and then I'm done. And that's fine. You don't need to, if you give yourself a time frame, it limits the amount of time that you're in that energy. And if you don't give yourself a time frame, you may find yourself feeling this crappy energy for hours or for days. So pay particular attention to how you're feeling this week. Starting to feel a little overwhelmed, unplug a little bit. Turn off the TV, turn off the computer, turn off social media, read a book, escape. Move your body. Limit your complaining time. And finally, remember that anything that happens this week is for the highest good. even though we may not see how it could possibly be for the highest good in the moment, it may take a while for us to realize, oh yeah, when that happened, back there in August, I thought that was horrible. But now I see that this was a really great thing that happened. So just keep that in mind this week. Hang in there, take care of yourself, try to keep balanced as much as you can. As always, thank you for listening. Enjoy your unplugged week, taking kind of a break from the outside world as much as you can. And I will talk to you next week.